Married for 40 years, but feeling alone, you're not the only one. You can share a home, a bed, a lifetime of memories, and still feel completely alone. After 40 years of marriage, you'd think the bond would be unshakable, but sometimes the silence between two people can be louder than any argument. If you've ever sat at the dinner table and felt like a stranger to the person across from you, you're not imagining it. You're not the only one. And today, I want to talk about why this happens and what we can do to feel connected again. Being married for decades is a rare and beautiful thing. We've weathered storms, raised families, built lives together. But somewhere along the way, some couples stop truly seeing each other. The conversations shrink. The laughter fades. The closeness turns into a quiet distance. If you felt this in your own marriage, I want you to know, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. And there are ways to bring that connection back. If these kinds of heart-to-heart talks speak to you, hit that subscribe button, because we're building a space where love after 60 is still alive. Reason 1, you stopped sharing your inner world in the early years. We couldn't wait to tell each other everything, our dreams, our frustrations, the little funny things that happened during the day. But over time, we start assuming our partner already knows us. Or maybe we just get used to keeping things inside. The trouble is, intimacy isn't built on years of living together. It's built on a constant exchange of thoughts, feelings, and moments. When that stops, emotional distance grows. I've seen couples sit in the same living room, scrolling on their phones for hours, barely speaking. They're not angry. They're just absent from each other's world. Rebuilding this means taking the time to share again, not just the practical things, like bills or chores, but the personal ones. Tell your partner about a memory you thought of today. Share what made you smile or what's been weighing on you. Reason 2, life became all routine, no romance. After 40 years together, you know each other inside out. You know how they take their coffee, the way they fold their socks, the sound they make when they're about to fall asleep in the recliner. There's a comfort in that kind of familiarity, but there's also a danger. One day, without even realizing it, you stop surprising each other. You stop asking new questions. You stop flirting. Life becomes a set of habits. Who does the cooking? Who takes out the trash? What TV show you watch before bed? Now, routines aren't bad. They keep life stable. But romance needs a little unpredictability to stay alive. It needs moments where you're reminded that your partner isn't just the person who knows your grocery list. They're the person who once made your heart race. I've seen couples sit at a restaurant and barely speak, not because they're angry, but because they've forgotten how to play together. And yes, romance after decades takes more effort, but that effort is worth it. It doesn't have to be grand. In fact, sometimes it's the smallest things that mean the most. Bringing them a cup of tea without being asked, writing a short note and leaving it on the pillow, holding hands during a walk, and remembering the first time you did it. Think of romance like a garden. If you only water it when you remember, the flowers fade. But if you give it a little care often, even just a smile that says, "I still see you," it can bloom again, even after decades. Reason 3, unspoken resentments. In every marriage, there are little hurts. Maybe it's the time they forgot something important to you. Maybe it's the habit you've asked them to change, and they never did. Maybe it's the imbalance you felt in raising the kids, handling the finances, or caring for aging parents. Individually, these moments might be small, but over years, decades, they pile up. And if they're never talked about, they harden into quiet resentments. Resentment is tricky because it doesn't always show up as anger. Sometimes it's distance. You stop sharing certain parts of yourself. You stop reaching out first. You stop expecting them to understand. I remember talking to a woman who said, "I don't even bring things up anymore." It's easier to just let it go. But letting it go without resolving it isn't really letting it go. It's storing it away. And every time you open that emotional closet, it's a little more crowded. Breaking this pattern means having conversations you might not want to have. It means saying, "This hurt me," or "I've been carrying this for a long time." It's not about attacking your partner. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of old wounds. And yes, sometimes you'll find they've been carrying their own resentments too. That's okay. The goal isn't to keep score. It's to clear the air so you can both breathe again. Reason 4, you forgot to look at each other. This might sound too simple to matter, but it matters more than most people think. When was the last time you looked your partner in the eyes for more than a second or two? Not while talking about bills, not while one of you is halfway out the door, just looking. Eye contact is one of the most powerful ways we connect as humans. It says, I'm here, I see you, you matter to me. Now, in the early years, we do it naturally. We gaze, we smile, we hold that moment. But somewhere along the way, the eye contact fades. And with it, so does the feeling of being truly seen. It's not just about the eyes. It's about attention. When we're always multitasking, cooking while talking, answering emails while nodding, we're present in body, but not in spirit. And over time, our partner feels that absence. I once spoke with a couple married 50 years. They told me their secret was to sit down for 10 minutes every evening, no distractions, just looking at each other and talking. It sounded small, but they swore it kept them connected. Even during hard times, it's not too late to bring that back. Start with a simple moment. At breakfast, before bed, during a walk. Look at them. Really see them. And if it feels awkward at first, that's okay. Connection, like any habit, can be relearned. Because in the end, marriage isn't built on the years you've spent together. It's built on the moments you still choose to share. Feeling alone in a long marriage can be painful, but it's not the end of the story. You can still choose to reach for each other. You can still choose to talk, to laugh, to remember why you fell in love in the first place. It starts with one step. Share something personal, offer a small kindness, make eye contact, and hold it for just a moment longer. Because 40 years together is an incredible foundation. And with a little care, it can still be a place where you both feel truly at home. If this touched your heart, hit that subscribe button. Here, we talk about the real side of love, life, and connection after 60. And you're always welcome in the conversation.